Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports. What a pleasure it is to have you live and in charge. A little countdown to great action here presented by Lunatic Designs. Make sure you check out the old Lunatic out there on his social media platforms and check out what kind of design he can do to you today. We appreciate him and everybody being on board as we get ready for a little Midnight Thunder series here presented by Sim 500 and all the fine folks that put it all together. It is an absolute blessing to be able to do what we do and continue to do what we do. And it's all thanks to each and every one of you out there. So thank you very much to everybody tuning back in after an amazing race for the Chop Chop Racing Cup Series. We're back for week number 3 here for the drivers here at the Midnight Thunder Series. We're going to run the Arca cars tonight. It is going to be the Gen 4 touchy car. It's going to be so touchy. Oh, touchy. 114 degrees on the track temperature, 40 laps as we do every week. 3 sets of tires, no fast repair, 2 attempts at a green and white checkered, 78 degrees on the air temperature, 45% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 2 mile-an-hour wind as they're out there warming up, getting this all ready for you folks. We appreciate them. NC811.org. Make sure you check them out and call before you dig. If you don't, well, you're going to cause yourself a whole lot of headache if you don't. And I'm going to tell you, that is probably the best thing you could do for yourself. Best case scenario is that you are going to be able to take care of yourself. And again, call before you dig. Thank you to the Sim 500 series for being a part of Signature Esports. Thank you to everybody who's been out there pretty much having a grand old time. It is going to be all about speed tonight as the drivers are going to hit that 195 plus mile an hour mark, very close to 200 miles an hour. And it's not quite the Gen 6 car, not quite the horsepower package, but there's a whole lot of downforce. And these cars are a ton of fun to drive. This is what I learned how to drive a Superspeedway on whenever I first started this simulator many moons ago. We are Superspeedway racing here tonight for the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder Series. A lot to be said for everything that we have going on, and a big special thank you to Joey Jatna and Wesley Donaldson and everybody who's allowed us to come over here and help out and just kind of do the deed. Aaron Smith leads in the point standings. He has got a win. He won, I think last week is what it was at Talladega Superspeedway. So we always appreciate seeing if there's a possibility for a repeat winner. Seth Foudy out there running up 10 spots in that 8 spot. Biggest gains that we saw last week to this week. 15 spots gained for Jonathan Goddell. He is out there running a giggity number. He is going to be ready to rock and roll. Charles Van Squeek back in the mix tonight as well. He got that first win and does love that super speedway style racing. So he's been getting real good at about finding that as well. If you haven't checked out Chuck and what he does and what he has going on, well, I'm going to have a special little thing for you here in just a moment. As soon as I find it, he's a legend in the making. We appreciate him and everything that he does. And, well, pretty much, all the cool things that we love to see from drivers and the perspective of making sure that, everybody can do what they got to do. You know what I mean? That's what we see. It's kind of cool. I like it. I hope to make it, and we're going to show them. Charles, what's up, man? Good to see you. I haven't seen you out there in a hot minute. Much love to you. Here's this for the GOAT Racing Diecast, folks.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GOATRacingDiecast.
Maybe not. Let's make sure that we do that for you. Here you go. Let's make sure that's working.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GOATRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the...
Wow, that didn't work at all. That's not what it's supposed to sound like, folks. Hold on. We're gonna do that for Charles again. I can mess up some things. Here you go. Well, visit GOATRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory,
and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years, there's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GOATRacingDiecast.com.
Pretty proud of that thing. I am. Starting grid for today's race is going to be as such. It's going to look at this. Sim500.com is going to present that. I wanted to do that for Chuck, and I'm sorry that it messed up like 3 times there because it was at like 70% the speed because we make some adjustments to some of our videos, and I just added it in. Aaron Smith's going to be your pole sitter. Chad Coleman's going to be your outside pole sitter. Brian Wortman, Dewey Woods are going to make up row number 2. Kevin DeBrown's going to be out there with Brent Scott, row number 3. Van Scoik and Grease Palmer are going to be out there, row number 4. Wesley Donaldson, Ron Holyfield, row number 5. Larry Pace and David Comstock going to be there, row number 6. Row 7 will be Jonathan Cadell, and then, of course, Eric Arnold there to his outside in number 31. Thomas George, Gail Brooks, and Guile Brooks. Let me say that correctly. Guile Brooks out there. And row number 8, Sloniker is going to be out there in row number 9. So thank you to Chuck. Thank you to everybody. Daily Gaff, much love. Let's go for some super speedway racing. I'm sorry that was all jacked up on Mountain Dew because, well, let's face it, those things are not what you want to see, and those are not the ways of making sure that you do the right thing. All right, let's fix some things. Hello, Budget Bird. Hello to everybody out there. The Daily Gaff marker out there. That's the missus. We appreciate her being out there. She is up late tonight, which I thank her very much for being up late tonight. Because she's beautiful and she's amazing. Aaron Smith's going to lead them around. We're going to go green flag racing here as the pace car is going to dive off. We're going to have 40 laps here at the Grand Old Talladega Superspeedway with our world-famous cams as everybody looks to have some fun. Restart zone coming up. We're going to be doing it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, a ton of fun right here. How about it? Pitter patter. Let's get at her. Green flag. 40 Laparones. As it would suggest, this is Talladega. Brent Scott out front now on a 33 up on the high side. Very tough to push in these cars. They overheat like crazy, and they like to get very free. And we're going to see how well these drivers manage. Much left in the bunch of burn. Hold on to your butts. That's right. To the misses. I've got a version of mine coming, which I like. Eric Arnold up 11 spots early as everybody continues to beat. We'll see if we can keep this thing green. That's going to be one of the big factors here. Outside lane's going to try to be prevalent here. 33 going to have a big help on the outside. Brent Scott down on the bottom side. We're going to see Brian Wortman on the nose, on the bumper, giving a little bit of a, hey, how are you? To the back bumper of the 33. 37, Grease Bomb on the outside. Eric Arnold going places there with him. 33 holding on. 31. Driving to the Indiana scheme. We're rolling. It is that best kind of racing, super speedway racing, which we can thank. And we can enjoy. Inside lane's going to get a little bit of a run here. Ooh, a little wiggle. Got to push right. You see where we're on board Brian Workman here. You see where he is pushing, right? He's pushing on that right side of that bumper on the straightaway. That helps that car with that aero downforce. be able to track a straight line. And I think that's one of the bigger things that we're seeing. Vance Coit back here off 8 from the start of the race. There's Chuck. He is a legend. We appreciate him and everything that he has been able to accomplish in his race that matters. Hashtag Goat Lives Matter. He's driving the SpongeBob paint scheme. And I always dig his SpongeBob paint schemes. He has all kinds of different ones. Wesley Donaldson, fastest lap of the race, 49.37. Drivers in excess of 204 miles an hour. Watch the straightaway speed here from these drivers, 195, 196. Watch it start to creep up. 198 from Donaldson, 199. Not quite 200 this time by. Top speed, 205 miles an hour for some of the drivers. Again, no fast repair, so you get one shot here out of these drivers. We'll see how it pans out. Again, 194, about 3/4 of the way off the throttle there already as we see the drivers go to work. Griesbaum, your race leader, 37 on the bottom side. Eric Arnold behind. Green flag pit stop should be around the 25 to 28 lap mark, somewhere around the 30. You can pit with, you can get a lot of fuel out of these cars. We'll see. Whoa, getting dicey. Hold on to it. 49.13 for Van Scoik. He gets the fastest lap of the race. Wesley Donaldson just ahead, 3 wide up on the high side. Thomas George in the 6 car. We'll see him kind of try to get straggled out here. 69 of Cadell up on the outside lane. He's going 3 wide. He says we can go to the front here. Needs a little bit of help, but he's very free. Little bit of diciness up on the outside lane. 3 wide for the lead here as these drivers go to work. 5 laps in, 13. David Comstock, the 59-69 I-rated driver. There it is. The Budgie Bird. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, right round. Love it. Don't demonetize me. 13's gonna have to drop in. He's gonna be in a sucker hole here. How about 4 wide? We could do that. Drops in, falls in line, 23 to the outside. Inside lane's gonna be prevalent here as the double out of Larry Pace, the Canadian, putting himself in harm's way. No, he's good. Clear to the inside. He's going to pull Wesley Donaldson. 19:01 for Larry Pace, fastest lap of the race. 49:01. And we're going to start seeing those 48. As the cars lighten up, we'll start seeing those 48-second laps as they continue to push. 7 of 40. Kevin Brown up 1. Biggest mover of the race, Eric Arnold up 13. Is your race leader. 31 will take that middle lane and try to roll with it as he has the 93 and Kevin Brown behind him. He is Dub Brown. Pace, Dub Brown. Giggity on the outside. 6 rolling. Thomas George just ahead. Lot to say. Lot to be. Here's what it looks like. All kinds of chaos. These cars dance around like a Mexican jumping bean. If you haven't played with one of those, I played with those when I was a kid. Those were a lot of fun. That and those, remember Silly Putty. Those were a lot of fun. Yes, they were toys in the 80s. Those were toys. We didn't just play with rocking horses. That's not what we did. Brett Scott back here. Got to give himself a little bit of extra adage. Let's take a look. He's driving a 33. Was running the high side. Brian Workman was going with him, but Brian Workman's going to drop back a spot here. Larry Pace. Rubik's Cubes, Etch-a-Sketches, Light Brights, the Chucky doll, or the Good Guy doll, whatever you want to call it. Pace on the inside. Big push from the 91. These cars are very tough to push in. And Wesley Donaldson doing a good job of hooking up with the 00 there. Larry Pace, 8,478. Aaron Smith, fastest lap of the race. I told you we're going to see the 48s, 48.91. Folks, what was your favorite childhood toy? Depending on what era you grew up in, you might know what it is. 71 to the outside. 71 trying to go places. Again, a side draft opportunity These cars very aero dependent. You get right there to the quarter panel, you got to be able to draw a car back. Late night race, more than a late night race. This is the Midnight Thunder series from Sim 500. Thank you very much, Dennis Daly. Much love to you. Appreciate you. Sim 500 giving us a bunch of shares. Thank you so much to everybody out there watching. I wish we could have carried over all of our watchers on YouTube. We had a ton out there on our previous race. I'm glad to see everybody that is tuned in. Hopefully you're out there tuned in. Thank you to all of our fine folks that continue to watch. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're live on all three. We can appreciate it. Midnight Thunder Series, knocking it out of the park. 10 of 40 being completed. And thank you to everybody for being a part of our community. Little free on the back there. Brian Wertman doing a good job holding on. There's Guile. And that's 64. He's rolling. Bloneker back here, the 1294 I-rated driver. Runs down to the bottom side. Brian Wertman, 1677. Brian and I raced in a couple of races together here recently. Brian with a big run. Brian and I have had that same up and down momentum. There's nothing wrong with it, not a shame. Folks, you want to be a part of some awesome racing, go to sim500.com. Make sure you check them out. Thank you to all of our sponsors and everything that helps us out. We appreciate them very much. How about 3 wide again? 31 back to the outside. Eric Arnold going to have the 71 of Aaron Smith behind the banana car. One of these days, we're going to see any one of these drivers in the NASCAR circuit. I just see it. We've called a lot of races with a lot of different NASCAR drivers, and I'm going to tell you, Tamagotchi roller skates, love it, Budgie. Tamagotchi for Jess, of course. And I'm telling you, some of the best racing that we've been able to call has been with the with just your average, quote unquote. I'm say average because most of these drivers have a higher I rating than I do. But we can call them the average Joes. Just these drivers with a whole bunch of talent, ready to race close enough to reach out and give each other high fives. That's pretty much how you look at it. Big shot from the 31 to the double out. Eric Arnold got to the back bumper of Larry Pace. Larry Pace, 84.78, trying to hold on. He's going to drop into that second lane. He's going to be stuck in the sucker hole. He's going to have help, though. Here comes David Comstock. 13 to the back bumper of the double line. 31 losing a lot of ground. Aaron Smith into the middle corner. Brian Wertman up high. I remember roller rinks. I remember drive-in movies. It has that late night feel, right? That late night vibe. You gotta have it, right? That's what I say. And still waiting for drivers to hook up. 48.91, still the fastest lap of the race, but everybody has ran a 49.4 or lower. Thomas George, 49.42. 49.01 for Larry Pace. He was close to beating that time. Kevin Brown rolling. Look at all the drivers. I remember one of the first movies that I ever watched in a drive-in movie. When I was old enough to drive. Well, no. No, it would have been, I think it was the first one I watched in a drive-in movie. Drive-in with Twisters. Twister, not Twisters, Twister. Yeah, Twister. What's up, brother? Why not pop in on Facebook and YouTube? Much love to you, brother Dennis. Much love. We're going to be on this side of the 6 car. You know, normally I would see you right about where he's at, just waiting. Much love to you, Dennis. I hope you're having a good night, man. This is a great series. Normally they have a much bigger field, but I'm going to tell you they've really showed up to have this. Arca cars aren't as prevalent to some people. The Gen 6 car maybe a little bit more, but you know it's a good time. So I'm gonna, you know, what I'm gonna really like. I'm gonna really like next week. Yep. You know what next week is? Car tomorrow. The schedule's, I'm making sure. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's the Gen 6 car. We're going to run the Gen 6 car next week. I hope we have a huge field for that one. That was the car that helped me learn more about iRacing and NASCAR than probably any other vehicle on the platform. And then once I fell in love with that, I fell in love with the Xfinity car a little bit more. And I'm telling you, the Xfinity car is just absolutely amazing. Wesley Donaldson leading the middle lane. Big push from Larry Pace. 93 and the 23 on the inside. 91 drops down. Check up to the 23. Good reaction to the inside lane. David Comstock in the 13 rolling. 23 to the back bumper of the 93 of Kevin DeBrown. We're 24 laps to go here. Sim 500, all the action. iRacing.com, your platform for sim racing. And we're going to see a whole lot all over this back bumper. Man, oh man. Sim 500 League. Might have to check these guys out. Sim500.com. Dennis, that's where you got to go. So they have their Midnight Thunder series. That's at 11. It's 11 p.m. Eastern is when they drop the green flag. Session goes up at I believe half an hour prior, and the Thunder series is a super speedway series that runs a different car each week. So they're running Talladega for these 8 races, 8, 9, 10 races, something like that, and then they'll switch tracks and then they'll do it all over again. So I think they've had Michigan, they've had a couple of 2-milers. They've had, I don't know if they've had Atlanta. I didn't look at that far back, but I know that they just got done running, I believe it was Michigan as their super speedway series, which is awesome to be able to see different cars, different eras of racing, different speeds of racing. We saw 210 plus miles an hour in the 87s last week. That was incredible. Holy cow, the 11 blinked, but he's good. He's good. I think it was the 11, or was that the 21? That's Ron. He's running the 11 on the paint scheme, but he's got the 21. That's Ron Holyfield. Sim500.com. That's where you're going to find them. And you can get out there and check out what we've got going on with them on Wednesdays as well. They do have a truck series that's absolutely fantastic. Larry Pace, the race leader. Everybody's getting dicey. Everybody. I can't wait for the Gen 6 next week. That's going to be awesome. I love those cars. I think they're great on the super speedways as well. Just able to lock up. Chad Coleman in a 38. And a no paint scheme tonight. He's running the midnight paint scheme. All murdered out right there. What I'm calling it, the midnight paint scheme. Thank you for the likes out there. If you haven't done so, reach up at that like button for me. Share it out there. Let everybody know that you're watching some late night racing. This is only 40 lap races for the Midnight Thunder series, and it's been a blast to call for the first 3 races of this, and they just continue to pump them out. Like every 8 or 10 weeks, they have another series, and they just continue to go and go and go and go, and it's just awesome. What else? Oh, somebody coming down, got freed up. Kevin Brown looking to come to pit road. He might be short pitting here. We'll see. He'll come down pit road. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. That's pit road entrance right there. Camera's good camera. I like this camera because it's very low to the ground. Gives you a lot of insight of how, when they're not on the super speedway, how high the splitter sits. Because if you look down the back straightaway, when these drivers are under downforce, that splitter is sucked up to the ground. Let's go. Let's look at the gearbox of Larry Pace. Maybe an inch or two. Whoa, bam! You can see a little bit of the engine, a little bit of clip in there. That's what we see. That's a whole lot of nose. Wesley Donaldson able to push into the corner and watch the air separation. The inner workings of the car here. That's a Bell South moment. Reach out and touch someone. Kevin Brown came to pit road. Wonder if he had something going on there. I don't know. Anything can happen. Slonaker in the 42 off pace just a little bit here. Kevin Brown on the bottom. We'll see 18 laps to go. We'll see if anybody starts thinking about pit road. Slonaker back here at 1294. I wanted to see what happened to Kevin Brown right about here. Oh, he blew his engine. Got too hot. That's what I heard. So Kevin blew up. Again, no fast repair, so there's no brand new engine waiting for him on pit road. Dennis, how have you been, man? Gen 6, every track is always fun. Dude, I love the Gen 6 car. I really love the Gen 6 car. I know a lot of people are big fan favorites of the Gen 7 car, or the next gen car. But I'm still on iRacing. The Gen 6 car is still so much fun. Routine trying to go with somebody here. Chad Coleman had the 13 there. Was clear. But I'm telling you, Larry Pace did a great job of trying to close that door very quickly. He can blow the engine on these things pretty darn quickly. That's for darn sure. All right, it is that champagne bottle moment where everybody is kind of getting to the point where things are starting to shake up, literally shake it up. Let's watch these drivers for a little bit from the beautiful follow cam. Momentum is everywhere. There's Van Scoik up on the high side. A couple of drivers go to the outside. The Giggity car up there. That's Jonathan Cadell. We'll see the 28. That's the look on the back straightaway. Good. I love this camera for this reason right here. You see the big run they get. Big bump from the 69 to give a shot to the 00 there. And you got to keep an eye on not only pressures but temperatures in this racetrack. 69 tried to give a good shot to the 00 there, but the inside lane doing exactly what it needs to. 38 a little bit below the yellow line there, but that is just the racing line that happens. Ooh, 13 gets freed up by the 6 a little bit. 38's going to lead this time by. One of the things I like to do is I like to make you feel like you care about the drivers. And Budgie, with her own nose, she cares about what happens to the. I mean, it's a good thing these cars are simulations, and they only cost you between $11 and $13 a piece. Could you imagine having to pay for this every single race? Comstock down a side draft. You see the aero presence here. That second lane able to carry the speed. I'm going to tell you, that 31 of Eric Arnold. He is right there on the back bumper of the 38, trying to keep him honest here. Whoa, no, hold on to it. 13 goes around. Caution will come out for the first time. It's freed up in Comstock. I believe the damage was minimized there, so the first caution comes out. And I'm not quite sure if the 13 got pushed down there. Let's take a look. Back up, actually. $13 and a 38. And let's see what happened here. Getting onto the straightaway. Oh, he just comes down. He comes down to the 38. 38 was there on the inside. And this is Chad Coleman right here. Watch this. Quarter speed for you so you can see. He is as low as he can get. And a 13 down into the corner. I think he was trying to anticipate a side draft. He was just way too close. And once you're connected, you pretty much have to hold on for a moment. And then they both slide back up on the racetrack right here. You watch the 13 and the 38. Oh, and they're just going to get tight. 13 is going to be free. 38. You're carrying so much speed into the corner. That's pretty much what happens. So the 6 is going to take a little bit of nose damage out of this. 13 is able to avoid. 31. Ooh, gets a little net code out of it. 6 minimizes the damage. I believe Wesley Donaldson got a little bit free. Checking tires, checking strategy. 64 misses low. Slonaker is going to be able to catch back up here too, so that's going to be huge. So I don't think any more out of that. It doesn't look like it. Guile got off of the racing surface there, was able to come back on. So everybody's good. Back to live. Oh, coming around. So yeah, we're going to be going. So this is week 3. Week 4 will be at with the NASCAR Cup Series car, which is the Gen 6 car. Week 5 will be in the NASCAR Legacy 2008 trucks, which is the rookie truck, which is a ton of fun to drive, by the way. Then after that, they're gonna be in the NASCAR Xfinity Camaro, so Xfinity Series cars on the 6th. Then the car of tomorrow on the 7th, and then the Next Gen Cup car. Not the 7th, for the 7th race, and then the 8th race is going to be the Next Gen Cup car. In 40 laps each time. Drop races involved. There's lots happening. Whole lot of speed. If I had to pay $10 for every car you wrecked, you'd be bankrupt? Yep. I know the feeling. Doy Woods is going to be your race leader. I know that feeling. I truly do. Thank you to everybody out there watching. These short half an hour to 45-minute races they're a ton of fun for me. They really are. And it's just that much. Very cool. All right. Yeah. And 90% of those wrecks are, you know, that's the one thing about iRacing is that for the most part, we have seen time and time again that the racing sometimes just dictates the pace and dictates what happens, right? One of the things that I've noticed with some of the wrecks that have been happening lately is that it's like some of the track awareness that is shown up. We did a top split race the other day during the day, and I was in there. I was one of the, I'm not a top split driver. I'll be the first to tell everybody that. I can race with him, but I'm not as competitive. I don't race enough to have the muscle memory for everything, right? But I do like racing occasionally. I mean, I pay a subscription to this. I might as well, get out there and race and show that I know what I'm talking about. But one of the things that I've noticed with the racing of the series that has happened with it lately is that a lot of the track awareness kind of has gone out the window. And I'm not saying that it's the driver's fault. It makes me think, has enough changed in the platform that maybe, those who are out there running triples or single monitor, maybe you're out there running a single monitor, run out there and race. You could drive on a single monitor. There's a lot of people that drive on single monitors. Seeing drivers get out there and it's like, some people are running spotters that are out of whack. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just seems like a little bit of track awareness is kind of the thing, except for in leagues. In leagues, everybody gets used to driving around each other. When you get out to officials, it's I think drivers forget where the brake is, and I think that's what has caused the most incidents, in my opinion. What I've seen. That's the incidents that I see the most when it comes to official racing. I'll get in and be in the middle, a middle split race where, strength of field is somewhere around 2 to 3K, and and I'll lose 200 or 300 iRating because everybody just sends it. Just because you get above 2K does not mean that you have the wherewithal to do it. All right, we're ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's go green flag racing again. Craft Masters has killed the iRacing community because it's a free for all. Yeah, I can't agree with. I like that they have a dedicated. Excuse me as I go by. I like that they have a dedicated Superspeedway series on iRacing. The thing that I wish the most. Oh no, they're going around. Quick caution here. The one thing that I wish the most is that they would increase the license to get in there. Grease Bomb involved. The 13 was involved there as well. Let's take a look. Ooh. That was up here. It was Ron Holyfield right here, and there was something in the middle. Oh, the 00 tried to go through. That was Larry Pace right here. Let's see. He might. I'm going to go on board with him. He might have saw a hole here. Watch this. I mean, if it fits, it sits, right? That's what we're seeing. The 21 was not expecting that, and there was some contact right there. Ooh. And just barely missed Chuck. Whoa. Baby. $37 goes around. 38 gets involved. Take a look. This caution brought to you by Budgie. It's not Budgie's fault. It's just Budgie's awesome. That's how I say it. Want to thank all of our sponsors, of course, CNL Carpets, Mandarood Racing, Dark Horizon Fishing, Beef Jerky Unlimited for all of our driver cams. So no driver cams during this race, but we do offer driver cams to everybody. Best beef jerky you're ever going to find. The Circuit Performance, Lunatic Designs, Chop Shop Racing Leagues. Billy Woods coming to pit road here. Maybe a little right front damage. He was able to get up through the gears and do himself some justice. We'll see a few drivers coming to pit road. Maybe there's Guile Brooks back here in the 64. He's coming to pit road. We'll see. What's going to happen here. I don't think tires are a big issue for a lot of the drivers. I think maybe just check your damage, check what you need. Grease Bomb is coming to pit road. get as much taken care of as you can. It's a long pace lap. You're going to run a full minute and a half, minute 15 when it comes to the pace lap. So you might as well. Aaron Smith coming off pit road, just double checking some things. A little extra fuel is a little extra weight. So that can help with the downforce on these cars. But the lighter the car, the better it is. 38 of Chad Coleman coming around. Still a little bit of nose damage for that car. Always an appreciation. 23. Charles Van Scoik trying to get a second win on this series. Be awesome to think. It is Friday night Midnight Thunder series here for Sim 500. We love them. We appreciate them. We appreciate everything about them. Also, a big special thank you to all of our mods. Thank you to Budgie for being out there. Big special thank you to all the people that tune in and support what we do. But also a big special thank you to my family, because without their blessing, I wouldn't be able to do this. Dwayne Woods back on pit road is getting more of that car worked on. I wanted to get a closer look at the car. Little right front wrinkle. Because this is the late night. You know what I mean? It's 10:48 Central Time here where I'm at. It could be a late night for some people. You've been away and still you're excited for the mini stocks. So the mini stocks have been a headache. I think the mini stocks are a great idea and a great car to add to the platform. However, the races have been a nightmare. I've gone in and spotted and spectated for a few folks, and yeah, it's been an absolute nightmare. But I think it's a great addition. I really do. Little four-cylinder cars, nothing wrong with that. Little mini stock car, four-cylinder, the four-banger, so to speak, as you would call it in the automotive world. Boy, coming back off pit road. Also, I don't know if anybody's interested in this kind of contact. So I've been watching on TikTok. I follow a few people on TikTok. Not as many as I probably should be as far as interacting with the community. I don't know if anybody would be interested in it, but is spotting content entertaining to people? Because I don't mind spotting races as well, like spotting for a driver. I don't mind doing that. I think it's a good way to help a driver improve. I'm not talking about like some 50,000 iRated driver. I'm talking about just a regular old spotting. Trying to get somebody to the front that we think has enough talent to win, or even if they don't even have enough talent, just get them to improve. Live spotting sometimes goes better than the regular spotter, the digital spotter, because you can clear a car a little bit easier. So if that's content you folks like, I might put up a poll somewhere and try to figure out if that's going to be a thing. Because, I think it would be interesting. I think it would be interesting content. But I want to make sure that, it's worth... Would you all be interested in it if I did that on TikTok like everybody else? Devon, very much. Or Devin, very much. Thank you very much for the like out there. I appreciate you. If you guys like that kind of content, let me know. If you don't like that kind of content, well, then I won't worry about it. 91-31, 21-23. Green flag, back at it. We're going to be 5 laps to go here in the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder Series. The Brown blew the engine up earlier, so he's out of the race. Ran 21 laps and drove the ever-loving snot out of it. We're back at it green. Van Scoik in second. Here on the inside, Eric Arnold on the outside. Wesley Donaldson's going to have a big shove from the 23. 3-car tandem up on the high side. 21 of Holyfield to the back bumper of Arnold. Larry Pace, 8,000 iRated driver, right there within a good reach. We'll see them get up to speed here as they go. One more lap around for some of my favorite cameras who are coming at you right now. Three laps to go. There's Brian Wertman on board. Wesley Donaldson is in the lead on the bottom side. Big shoves from the 23. Everybody working. 48.56. Fastest lap of the race. Just ran. Jonathan Cadell in the 69 right behind. 48.60. Now we're going to start seeing drivers push as hard as they can. Here's the right front cam on board. The 71 of Aaron Smith. The second. Drivers are going to push, push, push. Oh, baby. That was my screenshot camera that went all janky there. Wesley Donaldson battle for the lead. Eric Arnold on the outside. Big shot from the 23. Who's going to push this one to the outside? Chad Coleman going to the outside. Inside's going to be the sucker hole. There's that wind tunnel. It's about to happen. Here we go. Talladega Superspeedway. Epic racing. Can they make it around to the white flag? 91, 23, 33. Inside lane, Scott trying to push. Three wide. Turn 3. It's a long way to the start-finish line. A whole front straightaway and a tri-oval. Corner working. Into the tri-oval they go. Eric Arnold. Wesley Donaldson. White flag waves. Final lap outside lane is cruising. 48.42 for Cadell, the 69. He's the fastest lap. Inside lane committed. 23, 21, 13. Tandem race. It's a drag race down to the back straightaway as Eric Arnold goes to work. Wesley Donaldson needs a big shove as the 33, 23, 91 down into the corner. 4 wide they go. 23 gets clear. Eric Arnold will come around. Chad Coleman, Van Scoik with an epic run. 33 can catch him. Can they get there? Eric Arnold, Chad Coleman, a race to the line. Arnold, Coleman into the corner. Door to door. Eric Arnold. Chad Coleman in the closest finish I've seen yet. Door to door, door banging. Coleman, Arnold, Van Scoik, your top 3. Holy cow. That was a finish. Chad Coleman by mere millimeters. By mere millimeters. We got to go and look, and we got to double check. But I'm going to tell you what, that was awesome. Yeah, that was killer. What a finish for these drivers. That was insane. We're going to park ourselves right here. And we're going to kind of just, see the door-to-door contact right about in Oh, man. You talk about. Wow. I mean, even if hold on, you're going to see behind the scenes. Here it is. Back up a frame. That is probably the closest finish that I've seen. I think ever on iRacing. I mean, just barely. How about that? With a little bit of nose damage as well. Now that was a finish. That was close there, folks. And that is a screenshot. Wow. Here's your race results. Coleman by 1/1000th of a second. I'm actually going to check the official time on iRacing real quick, because it says 1/1000th of a second, and it literally means 1/1000th of a second. Chad Coleman finished the last lap 1:01. Man, I tell you what, Eric Arnold had a great run here. Literally 0.001 is what it's scored as. I wish we could go down to the microsecond, because that was insane. Coleman, Arnold, Van Scoik, your top three. Brent Scott, Wesley Donaldson going to be there through fifth. Guile Brooks, Joe Slonaker is going to be there through seventh. Wortman, Cadell, George is going to be your top 10. Griesbaum finishes in 11th. Larry Pace in 12th. Aaron Smith, Ron Holyfield, David Comstock, Doy Woods, Kevin Brown. That was incredible. That was an incredible finish. Absolutely incredible. We got to go back and see what happened real quick here. We'll go far chase real quick. I do apologize. I want to make sure that we take a look at this. I saw it get put 3 wide there. Let me get rid of that. 3 wide, and then this was just 4 wide stuffing. There's Aaron Smith here. The 00 is going to be there. I mean, I tell you what, they gave each other enough room here to go. Here's what happened. The follow the 00 of Larry Pace. He had a hole. He's there. Big bump for the 71. That lane goes up to protect. The 71's there, and they come down to get into the corner, and the 71's there. He just had somebody on his inside. Tell you what, Aaron Smith had that clear for a moment, and then Ron he's just following the driver in front of him. He's committed to the front, and Aaron Smith finishes the race backwards. And here's that finish again. As a beat and bang on the corner, they come off the corner here, and Chad Coleman, again, a margin of victory, 1/1000th of a second, and that is how it's done. Man, oh man. I'm going to refresh that real quick, because we're going to make sure that driver stuff pops up and everything can work. 1/1000th of a second, and Chad Coleman gets the victory by the slimmest of margins. If there is no door contact, that's I mean, you had to slow him down somehow. That lane was starting to progress. I tell you what, man, what a fantastic finish here for the 40 lapper here in the ARCA cars. Congratulations. Walk me through it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was a lot of fun. I was telling them, and we were talking in the channel before we come up here, and I told David I was really hoping that would have came off at turn 4, because we was about to have a hell of a finish between the whole field. We were all three and 4 wide, and then when that happened, I thought with the run I had on Eric off of 4, I was like, damn, I might be able to clear him. And then about the middle of the trial, he started to come back on me, and I was like, I can't give up this either. Let's see if we can door him and slow him down. And luckily, I doored him 2 or 3 times, and it slowed him down, and I pulled off of him just a little bit, and we nosed him out.
1/1000th of a second. Whenever I took the screenshot of it, it was literally, I mean, you even had nose damage. So it was close enough there that if the transponder wasn't where it was on these cars, it would have been a much closer race because by the footage, I mean, it was insane. It probably, and I've had close finishes in the past, by 1,000th in dirt racing, but this, it says 1,000th, but I would say it's mere pixels. I mean, less than a couple of pixels that you clear them by.
Yeah, I can honestly say that's the closest race I think I've had in iRacing. And I've been doing this for the better part of, I don't know, 14, 15 years now. So it's that was close. I mean, with the low car count and all, you don't know what to think, but we went from 30 cars the first couple of weeks to 16, 17 tonight, but you never know what's going to happen. They don't take but 2 cars to have a good race, and that right there was fun.
That was a great race. I mean, we saw 2 and 3 wide, couple of cautions, but you expect that at the super speedways, and an epic end to the night here. That was was awesome. I like my racing. I like racing like this because it just shows up and 17 ARCA cars. Some people just don't like the ARCA car. I think if you have, I'm not going to say the talent, but if you have the wherewithal and the know-how to be able to turn these cars and to be able to push these cars, they can be just as fun as anything else.
Yeah, I will say they made some adjustments to them. The last time we ran them here, like if you breathe on the back of the car in front of you with the front bumper, it would turn somebody. And now with these things, you can bump pretty good. So, I mean, that was a lot of fun. So if anybody's got any doubts about running this car on a plate track anymore, it's you shouldn't, because that was a lot of fun with a lot of bump drafting, a lot of pushing. And if you did it right, you could push through the corners. And that's one thing that was helping me right there is I had David behind me, and he's pretty steady and been doing this for a while too. So he knew what he was doing, trying to push me through the corner and to not hook me. And that's what helped that top line get to digging right there, is just having some experience behind me.
And I think that's one of the big factors of this car too. And you say that we watch the cars dance around still a whole lot. So maybe they need to adjust some tire pressures and they won't dance around as bad. But it was good. It's good to watch and good to see. The cars showed up tonight and the drivers did too. Congratulations, Chad. Much love to you. That was a ton of fun to watch. Give you shout outs, man.
Yeah, man. Just got to thank all the admins at Sim 500 and especially Wesley. Wesley does a lot. And I don't think he gets as much credit as he should for everything that he does here right now. But I mean, he deserves a lot of credit for everything he does with Sim 500. And thank him. Thank all the guys in the race. We had a really good race tonight. A lot of people were on their, minding their P's and Q's and weren't driving like complete idiots like, sometimes you have happen. And thank you for the broadcast. And we'll go back and probably watch the last lap or 2 of it. I figured it'd probably be pretty fun to watch.
It was incredible. So I've made some adjustments on this camera, right? And I have this thing called the follow cam. So you can watch the run happening and all the way through it. It just follows the entire line around the track, and absolutely one of the best views that I've been able to watch as a commentator or spectator for iRacing for the past half decade. It was a good, entertaining race, and I'm looking forward to the Gen 6 next week because that's just going to be that much better, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if anything might have got changed in the build for that car, but that car at a super speedway is nuts. Like, especially Talladega, because you got room to move around. Like, the side draft is ridiculous. Like, you can literally stop somebody. And to the point, you could slow somebody down 20 miles an hour by getting on their door. It's crazy. And the runs come at like an unbelievable rate. It's almost like a leader in an ARCA pack catching one of the back markers. It's crazy. So that race is going to be something. It's just, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's definitely going to be something.
My favorite car on the platform outside of the Xfinity car, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Chad, much love, man. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's Chad Coleman coming home in the old victory lane, but didn't lose it or didn't win by much. Eric Arnold comes home P2 by just a smidgen, and not a bad race by yourself there, sir. That was most spots moved. You up 12 spots, and you kept the car. You tried to keep the car up there pretty much all night. walk me through this and walk me through the last couple of laps there, because I know that coming to the white flag, it was literally all about trying to find the momentum.
Yeah, I just want to get a win. I haven't won in a while, and I had buddy Ron there pushing me. He was doing one heck of a job. Really proud of him. He's shown some improvement. I feel bad though, because going into 3 there, yeah, I had him. I was like, gosh, I think I can get this. He's on my back bumper, and we're killing Wesley on the low line, and it's like I'll be able to get Chad on the exit there too. But man, going into 3, I didn't know Ron was 4 wide, so I feel bad. I would have rode Chad up to the wall to keep Ron in there, and I think we still would have pulled it off. But no, it's just a fun race. I wanted to get up there, lead laps. I didn't care about points, obviously, and it was a heck of a race. Fun running with these guys tonight.
And tell you what are the best things about being able to showcase speed in the middle lane? I think that was the big factor that we saw tonight. Speed in the middle lane, speed right there on the door of another driver, keeping the right side of this car packed down with air.
Yeah, the outside lane would just kill, especially if you had a third car tucked under the behind the pusher. It seemed like the runs you could get off, and if you pinch a little bit, I don't really think pitching or riding the door helped that much, but just those runs you would get off the corners, it would just kill the low lane. And then when guys were getting hot, especially in the low lane, I don't think it was helping them out and not having room when we were pinching.
That was a lot of heat, and not only do you get heat from the car, you get heat from the tires, heat from the we 113 degrees. We watched a driver that did blow up. I think it was Kevin that blew up, and it immediately had to peel off because it just shakes the whole foundation of the car.
I was hot for a while. I'm actually surprised Kevin blew up because when I first went up to push and take the lead, that thing was red for a while. I think I dropped in second. I can't remember what I did, but I rode that thing for about a lap red and didn't blow it up. I enjoy these higher temperature races though.
Well, they make them free. They make it so that way you have to one you have to search, but 2 you have to, it makes the speeds faster. It makes I call it close combat super speedway racing.
Yeah, I wish that top lane was a little more effective. It just, when you'd go up there, you could run up there for a little bit, but once that second lane got its stuff together, it just dominated. Even the top lane, you couldn't do anything.
Fastest way around the racetrack at Talladega, even from the NASCAR standpoint, it's that second lane. You could run the outside lane and the trucks. I think you can run the outside lane, and I will see next week in the Gen 6 car, just because of how the aero package on that car has always been. But man, this one coming down to, and we're just at quarter speed coming down to the finish here again. Watching just kind of how this progressed. This was the race that you could definitely see. Sparking that interest. He said he had a Doria.
Oh yeah, I know. I would have done the same thing. I thought about Dornham riding up in the tri-oval. I'm like, I don't need to get that rough. I don't want to bounce him into the wall in accident and do it too bad. I didn't think I needed to do much, but I saw he had the runs. Like, crap, I got to side draft him coming up there, so I did, and then tried to pull away from him, and all of a sudden we're door banging, trying to stay straight going across the finish line. That was a lot of fun, and he said he didn't either, but I didn't know who won it for a bit. Like, I thought it was good, but then it updated and I got second. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. By a thousandth of a second.
Well, so I told Chad the same thing. I'll tell you, that had to be closer than a thousandth of a second, because I've seen thousandth of a second races finish, and you guys were pixels apart.
Huh.
So,
yeah, I wanted to look at the replay and see if I could see what I could see, but I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Here, I will just message you and send you the photo. You are pixels apart. I've already taken a screenshot, folks. It's already been done.
I'm calling a ping conspiracy. Should have won.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. Coming right to you. And now. Here it is.
All right. Oh wow.
I mean,
That's
I'm at an angle, but you know, even if I say here, I will actually just pause it on the stream again. Hold on, folks. We're gonna take
and
it
it
back.
looks like Chad's front bumper's
It
bending
is.
a little bit too.
It is. It is.
Oh, come on.
if the transponder wasn't where it was in these cars, that's what I talk about. The transponder in these cars being the scoring point on the car there, folks. This would have been a lot closer right there. All right, let's go. Folks, we're doing the old yeah, that thing is literally on the yeah. I mean, just barely. Just barely. Here you go. Here's another one for you. And I'll send these over to the guys too, so they have it. That is about overhead as I can get without, being directly on it.
Wow, it does look like he's just nudging me a little bit.
just barely. I mean,
That's crazy.
you were turned straight and he's turned into you. So that's the reason why the rear bumper looks like it's further ahead than you are. But that's what I mean by transponder. That's it's right there in the rear gas tank, folks. That's where it's at. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's so when you cross,
Wow.
when your nose crosses the line for the finish, when it goes through that breaking point, iRacing looks at the gas tank next, and it does it in milliseconds, folks, and that's how it scores the winner. But it's literally with a crushed bumper, you could have almost won this with NASCAR. It's the way it looks. All right, man. Congratulations. P2 finished tonight. Phenomenal race. All the love in the world. Give a shout outs, man.
Oh, congrats to Chad. Thanks to all the Sim 500 admins and Wesley, Joey. Man, I wish my wife and kid were up, but they're all passed out right now. But them too. That's all I got watching me though.
All right, man. Well, you can go back and clip the last two laps of the race and watch what happened. It was great time.
Thank you.
That's it. Eric Arnold comes home P2, folks, and we'll see him next week in the Gen 6. That'll be where it goes. We'll let him have at it. It's going to be a ton of fun. That is a close margin. Now, like I said, and I'm going to go back behind the scenes here. This right here, looking at the way that this is focused on, is literally nosed in. And look at that. If I try to straighten this up just a little bit, and we'll do it like this there, folks. Let's get rid of the tag for the names because it was fun. I don't know if Chuck had a run, but Charles, a great run. But there's literally your finish right there. Mere pixels, just a little bit of a shadow, and Chad is turned into him there. There you go. There it is. Great run, fantastic run, and a great time. Thank you, folks, for being out there. Much love to you. Chuck, if you're out there, you're a legend. Much love to you, my friend. I'm glad that we were able to help take care of you, and I hope that you all, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. So much love. It was a great time. And that is how you take a stroke of genius and make Talladega that much more fun. Be good, be safe, be kind. One of the most important thing out there that you could ever do. Budgie, much love to you. I appreciate you. This was an incredible finish to an incredible race. And these folks are absolutely legendary. Sim500.com if you would be a part of this series. I encourage you to get out there and have some fun with them. They race each other with a lot of respect and know that you're getting in there with a lot of drivers that will run you close. It's a super speedway series. You got to do it. Gen 6 is next week. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Heart-to-Heart Racing League. They're going to be the truck series at Daytona. Then we have Sunday in the next gen cars with AMP. Then back to racing as usual on Monday with the Dirt Series, Truck Series on Tuesday for Chop Shop. Both nights, Chop Shop. Wednesday, back with the Sim 500 Series again. And Thursday's my off night. It is racing as usual. 8 races. 7 races, 8 races over 6 days. So I love it. It's a great time. It's going to be good. We also have another charity race coming up this next week. In 2 or 3 weeks. We're also going to host another race for Jess. So I want everybody to tune in for that. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you once again. Be good, be safe, but kind of other fuel to be a part of our streams and our platform. Make sure you join our Discord. And of course, and always, stay safe.